Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Aidan.
I'm Christine. We are Friction Farm.
We are.
And this is Elevenses with Friction Farm, a song and a snack every Thursday at 11 Eastern Time, sometimes from our kitchen and sometimes elsewhere. Today from the kitchen. Aidan was just commenting that there's crud on my computer.
I don't know where that came from.
Probably food. I don't really know what that is.
It looks like something dripped on it, but I don't know. You know how these things go.
So, it's a beautiful day here. It's sunny. Oh, it's weird that it's sunny. It's very cloudy out there.
It is cloudy. Maybe it's not cloudy straight up, though.
We've had a bunch of birds. I was saying that we didn't have enough variety of birds, and a goldfish finch came. Not a goldfish. Not a goldfish.
Goldfish
A
swam up.
goldfinch came up. And our bunny has returned. So all is good in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. However, we didn't always live here. And if you have never lived in the southeast, particularly the Gulf states, you might not know that it's already hurricane season. But it is. Hurricane season, and this is what you learn when you move like to Florida or something and you go, what? It starts in June and it goes through November. Hurricane season is half the year.
Right.
And even though it's mostly concentrated in late summer, you never know. There's been storms earlier than June and way later than November. And when we were in Florida, we were right in the path of quite a few hurricanes. I don't miss that at all. Don't miss it at all.
Nope.
But sorry. I was thinking about those days and encountering people who had suffered great losses. You know, maybe lost their home or their car or been trapped somewhere, and just remembering that it is really very much a trauma to live through that, and how difficult it is on your family relationships and friendships and the whole bit, just like any other trauma. And also that when the next storm comes up, even if it doesn't hit your place, even if you, just all the news, it kind of stirs all that up again. So I'm saying that in order to say this hurricane season, um, when the newses start happening, remember how that's going to feel for people who have lived through a storm, that they're going to be re-experiencing some of that trauma, and give them some extra much needed kindness and latitude. The other interesting thing though about a storm is it's very edifying, right? You know, faced with an evacuation, as we have been a couple times, you quickly decide what's really essential, and you think, I'm going to know this. I'm going to know this for the rest of my life, that this is the stuff that matters, and that's just, and then you slide back in. And during these weird periods of, you know, blackouts and shortages and stuff, you think, my neighbors are awesome. I'm going to really form this binding community with them for a couple of weeks. And yeah, that. And so we wrote a song, sort of in those thoughts, but not exactly. How long ago did we write this? It feels like it's about a year old.
I would guess, yeah. Maybe
So most people haven't heard this song,
June 22.
but our patrons, our Patreon patrons of the arts, have heard this because we've been writing a song a month and kind of debuting it there, road testing it. Some songs that will never ever be on a Fiction Farm album or in a concert, and some that might be, and sort of getting feedback, and that's been for us a fun way to test the songs, to learn songs, to keep writing, and hopefully for the patrons, a fun experience to watch that progression of songs. Anyway, this is called You and Me in Moonlight.
It It has a name. Sometimes they don't get a name right away.
It's been a year, Aidan. Alright. First time we played this for a wider audience. Sorry. Once more there. I always like the way you look, the way your spirit overtook the darkness. It made me think of life. In the early hours I still dream. The way the air felt in between and I gets me through the night. Oh, you had me in moonlight before the heavy rain. Oh, you had me in moonlight before the hurricane. Maybe I'm the only one who knows the thread that binds us goes on forever. Just gets hard to find. The howling wind blew apart things that were broken from the start but still standing. Is that nature being kind? Oh, you had me in moonlight before the heavy rain. Oh, you had me in moonlight before the hurricane. We've been through this, still remains all the joy and all the pain in black and white, reduced to good and bad. Leave behind the things that hurt, let them lie there in the dirt to wash away and give back to what we had. Oh, you had me in moonlight before the heavy rain. Oh, you had me in moonlight before the hurricane.
I remember Mark Smith saying, you should bring that to Elevenses.
Well, now we know.
There you go, Mark.
So, so that was the Stormy bit of Elevenses, and I said that it would be, whoops, ooh, that was almost tragic, sweet and spicy as well. Yeah,
Sweet and spicy. Oh, bottom ones are looking dunner.
yeah. Dumber.
Dunner? I live in the South now. I'm allowed to say dunner. Want to move those ones?
So, I made sweet and spicy sweet potato chips. And I know you can buy sweet potato chips at the store, but they're kind of greasy and kind of salty. So, sweet potato crisps. They go in the oven.
Crisps.
Crisps. Well, it's Elevenses, so I must say crisps.
Right.
And I have there's a little olive oil. They're tossed with a little olive oil, some salt, some cinnamon, and chipotle pepper, because that's what I was in the mood for.
Crunchy?
Mm-hmm. Crunchy, chewy.
This one got a little burned. Okay, not burned. It's just, well browned.
Okay, but these ones
Oh, it's good.
are perfect. Right out of the oven. Okay, I'm just gonna. There we go.
And now,
And now what?
I'm showing them
Oh
sweet
yeah.
potato sprouts. So last year we had some organic sweet potatoes that we grew.
We grew.
And we saved some. And then we put some in water.
Wait. I'm getting one. Okay, so there's a jar of water, and these are the sweet potatoes, and they just sprout like crazy town.
The wrap is to protect them from the sun because it's really
roots.
bright over here.
Yeah.
Protect the roots. So then we snip them off and we get little sweet potato dudes. These guys have been in for just a couple of days, and you can see the roots. Oops, there
Ready
we
to go in the dirt.
See the roots? These are ready to plant. So we're going to plant these where we took out, garlic. Will they taste like garlic? Does anyone know?
It's not a bad thing, garlic sweet potatoes.
Garlic,
We
sweet
got a
potato.
bumper crop we got the big garlic so far, the kind that produces the big flowery scapes. And our next crop of garlic will be the ones that we'll store, the more kind of smaller, normal sized.
Normal sized garlic. Eating another chip.
So
It's not as crunchy.
okay, well, despite the fact, you want me to leave them on the tray for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So despite the fact that we've just moved in, we're already gardening. Yay.
Of course we are.
Of course we are, yes. All right, putting them back on the tray. Jeez.
Back on the tray.
Well, they'll just stay hot.
They're
I can
tasty
put them-
anyway.
I can put them back in the oven too if you want.
So they got that chipotle
Well,
spiciness.
cinnamon. Yeah.
Not getting as much as the cinnamon, but it probably offsets it and gives it that illusion of just a sweet thing.
All right. Do you want these back in the oven for a minute? Because the oven's still hot.
Those
even
ones,
though
yeah.
I turned it off. Okay.
In they go.
All right. Well, so there we are. Elevenses with, sweet, spicy, stormy. We're getting it all in.
Sweet, spicy, and stormy.
Yeah.
Crisps.
Crisps.
Lovely.
So how's everybody doing out there?
Faith says home is where the garden is. I just saw that pop up.
Cute.
I realize there's all sorts of messages hiding over here on the right.
As
That.
proof that we're going to stay here, we've planted asparagus. That's at least
It's a 5-year commitment.
Okay, 5-year commitment.
5 years until you can really harvest. Somebody heard a cardinal in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, the window's open because the
It's
oven's
hot.
on.
So, yeah, we have cardinals, house finches, goldfinches, chickadees, tufted titmouses or mice, however you say that.
Cowbird.
Cowbird,
Towhee.
towhee, what's that thing? Thresher.
Nuthatch. You said
Nuthatch. Yeah. I feel like that's about it.
Red-shouldered hawk.
Well, yes, and crows.
And of course the bunny, Santana.
Who has not succumbed to the red-shouldered hawk. Yeah.
We hadn't seen Santana in a couple days. We were a little
He was next door.
worried. He's hanging out next door.
So it is very good to see you all again. If you are in the southerly states, we hope that it's a mild storm season for y'all. But if you need to escape, you're up here, hopefully safe from all that stuff. Who knows?
Yep.
So we're gonna eat some crisps.
Or as Sue said, what does my shirt say?
Personal friend of Robert Bobby. Robert Bobby is was a musician from Pennsylvania.
Very creative, very funny. But he left us early.
So thank you for joining us for Elevenses, a song and a snack with us. We very much hope that we see you next Thursday or somewhere in between.
Thanks for joining. I'm Aidan.
I'm Christine.
Bye.
Already been eating crisps.
I'm going to have some now.